Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time. I'm here with my boy Mike. What's up, Mike?
Chilling, man. I'm pretty excited for tonight. We've got three guests. Count them. Tree.
Did you hear that?
I did. Is that your beer of the day?
This is my beer of the day. It is some sort of fucking Iserbach. It is 7.2%. It is some other German type beer, and I'm gonna drink it. But anyways, dude, yes, we do. We got three guests tonight, guys. We got one coming off an awesome victory a week ago. Was that a week ago or two? Was it 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
No.
It was last Friday, Thursday. Last Thursday, Josh Sikes came out with the victory. He'll be on first. Then we got David Diaz making his return to the squared circle very soon. And then we got Martyna Krol, who will be making her debut in the BKFC in January as well. Very exciting. Why don't we just go right ahead and bring our first guest in for the evening? His name is Josh Sikes, the wayward one himself. What's up, dude?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Not much, man. Having a beer, celebrating the win.
What do you have? What do you got in your hand?
That.
Oh, Bud Light, bro. Bud Light. I'm a Bud Light man.
You know, I'm usually a light beer man myself, but you know, I've been doing these on these episodes. I got a beer advent calendar for Christmas. So every day I got some import beer that I pull out in the morning and I put it in the fridge and then drink it at night. So
bro, one beer?
No. Well, yeah, one beer out of the advent calendar. And then you follow it up with what's normally in your fridge, dude.
Hey, I seen Tony Soto last week with his White Claw, bro. White Claw. I like that.
That Joe Elmore special.
I have hard.
Hey, why did he call it that?
Oh, that's what Joe Elmore's ripping all the time.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he's a White Claw guy. We can actually talk to Martyna about that tonight. Martyna's one of his training partners. We'll ask her about it.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Big Ben always in the house. We got Susan Walker, Joe Ivy. We got Dan Stevens. Is he fresh out of the? Are you out of the hospital? You good, Dan Stevens? Let us know.
By the way, Dan Stevens is he's been in the hospital and he's making a recovery. He was going down a bad road for a little bit, but thank God he's made it through, and he is almost, at least he'll be home tomorrow. So he's making a recovery. So
shit, good for you, Dan.
Good for you, Dan. Yeah, he was battling the old COVID.
I'll pull it for you, Dan.
COVID.
Hello, Susan.
So Josh Sikes, man, you went out there, you got your first victory. You are now 1-1 in the BKFC. Both your fights have been tough fights. You really showed up and looked great in this one against a really tough fighter, Michael Stripling. What'd you think about your opponent in this fight, first of all?
Man, to be honest with you, I thought a lot about him. I think I liked the guy. He was really fucking cool. But before the fight, I gave him too much respect. I mean, y'all seen how that guy's body looked. He looked fucking ripped. He looked in great shape. I seen he was like an ex-military veteran and shit. So I was super worried. I was like, this guy's in ridiculous shape. But about 5 seconds in, he threw his first punch. And as soon as he threw his first punch, I was like, oh shit, he's too slow. And that's the first thing I said to Lorenzo in my corner. As soon as I went over there, I said, he's too slow. He can't hit me. So from that point on, I was pretty comfortable the whole fight.
Now, let me ask you this. And Mike, you probably agree with me. I thought it was almost like a clean sweep, 5-0 in my eyes. But the judges saw it differently. Were you surprised when they were reading off the judges' scorecards and there was
I was pissed.
Two judges gave 2 rounds to him. I don't understand what they were watching.
Bro, the inconsistency of the judges in BKFC is fucking crazy. Like, and when I fought Tony Soto, okay, give him the win, whatever. I thought I won that fight. Worst training camp of my life, but I thought I won that fight. But the first judge scored at 50-45, and I was so lost. Like, you got to at least, even if I lost, give me a round. I need a round. So then this fight, it was kind of the same thing. As soon as this had 48-47, I was like, oh man, I'm getting fucked again. What if they call him the win? But yeah, you can see as soon as the camera's on me, I look over, they say 48-47 by 2 judges. I look at Lorenzo and just go, what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Yeah. I mean, even Chris Lytle said it over the live broadcast, and he told me afterward that he had wrote down on a napkin and passed it to Wheelock 50-45. Like, I thought I won every round, no problem. I think I got hit in the head 3 times, maybe 4 times the whole fight.
I'll tell you right now, man, you had a little bit of a reach advantage on him, and you used it beautifully. You were jabbing the shit out of him, keeping your distance. But then once you guys got into the clinch, man, you were busy in the fucking clinch. And there was a fight. I mean, there was a shot maybe in the first or second round. You were like peeling out of the clinch, and you hit him with a left hand that fucking rocked his shit. And I was like, man, Josh is fucking on fire tonight.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I caught him in the clinch a lot, but I really expected his clinch to be strong because he's a Muay Thai guy. So I knew his clinch was going to be strong, and I knew also all you got to do is turn that circle, man. The Muay Thai guys and the boxing guys, they don't understand. Like, MMA clinch is different. If I got over under, I could take a step back that makes you feel like you got a little room and then hit you on a full circle. So that's what I did to him over and over again. But he was strong in the clinch. He was that was a tough son of a bitch, bro.
You had him pretty well chipped up after the first few rounds. He was cut in multiple spots. He was bleeding good. He was wearing it. You were not. And it pretty much was the same thing. I would say like his 4th round was probably the best round. I would say, right? Would you give him his 4th? If you were going to give, if I was going to give him a round, I would give him the 4th because he was very aggressive. He was landing some shots that round. But other than the 4th, man, I'm like, come on, judges. What the fuck are you even looking at? Come on now.
I don't get it, man. See, I don't know. I don't think judges in the BKFC like defense. Like, they want you to just stand and throw. And it's like, this is bare knuckle, man. I could stand and throw, but that's going to last, what, 3 fights, 4 fights? If I want to do this, if I want to make this a long-term sport and quit MMA, you got to be able to survive. You want to be able to do 10 fights at least, you know, and you can't – the way they want you to fight, you can't do that. So I think they give blind aggression points more than they give landing strikes and head movement. So.
Well, there definitely was another fight that night that has been in contention with some people where they think
Peter
like
Pettis fight or Pettis or whatever.
Exactly, because they're like, well, he danced around a lot. He wasn't that aggressive. He was dodging this and that. But I've heard arguments from someone like Sean, Sean Ulrich from Knuckle Up Media. He's arguing on there that why can you not win by slipping in, landing some punches, and then slipping out and dodging? Why do you have to stand in the pocket and bang in order to win? It shouldn't be like
the same thing.
You have skill at some point, right? In defense.
That ain't what they want. I think they want you to stand in the pocket, almost like, what's that fucking sport across the country where they like tie their hands together and just beat the fuck out of each other? That's what they want you to do.
Yeah, do that.
It don't make no sense, man. It's like you're trying to build a new sport. You want these guys to make a career out of this and quit MMA and it be your primary sport.
Yeah.
Well, if you want anybody to keep their fucking teeth or their scar tissue or anything together, you can't make them do that. You know, you got to have some kind of defense. And I don't know if the judges aren't like, if they don't explain it well enough to the judges, or maybe we get the shitty judges because the commission doesn't like bare knuckle fighting. I don't really know, but I know it's super inconsistent, and they got to figure something out about that, man.
It's aggravating as hell for sure.
It sucks in MMA a lot too.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan would love it. Jordan Nash would love that shit. Let's just stand in the center and beat each other to death.
Now, you brought up MMA a few times. Are you done with MMA? Are you done with it, or are you gonna wait and see how it goes right now with BKFC?
Well, see, I'm still undefeated in pro MMA, and I mean that's how I got my roots. I'm fucking 3-time state champion. Like I love MMA, and I want to stick with bare knuckle. But it's like if I can't move my head, and you're gonna make me take punches, then we'll figure it out. If I do 5 fights and they turn out the scoring like these last 2 fights, why shouldn't I go back to MMA? You know, like it's taken years off my career. Like you hear Floyd Mayweather say, like, defense wins everything. Like you got to be able to move. If you want to make it to the age that he made it in boxing, you got to be able to move your head. Mm-hmm. If y'all ain't going to let me move my head, why do I want to keep doing this? But yeah, no, right now, bare knuckle boxing is definitely my main focus. I have no interest in anything else. But if I get robbed 2 or 3 times because I'm defensive, but I outland them by 50 punches, why would I keep doing this?
Right. I was gonna ask you, dude. I was watching that fight. and you ever find yourself in the clinch, there was a point where you had Stripling up against the ropes, and you brought your arm up high, and like MMA, you could have fucking elbowed the dog shit out of it. And I was like, man, oh shit. I thought for a second you thought about it, like you had it up there, and like, you ever like find yourself almost about to throw something a little MMA style and then be like, oh shit, I better fucking reel it in here?
Yeah, bro. At one point in that fight, I almost took him down. We were against the road. It was like a split second in my head. I was like, shoot a double leg and dump him on his head. But
yeah.
No, I mean, no, man, I never really thought about an elbow in there. Now I have practiced, and I'm not going to bullshit. I don't know how many refs or judges watch this, but me and Jordan Nash have practiced being in a corner and hitting a guy, and also dragging your elbow and forearm across them. So that shouldn't be illegal, right? Like, I punched you.
He's following
it. If I elbow you 100th of a second later, the ref ain't gonna see that. So why not run it?
Listen, Ric Flair would be proud of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
Woo! If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. The baddest motherfucker in the game. Now let's talk a little bit about your corner that evening. You and Jordan Nash both had the newly crowned champion in your corner, Lorenzo Hunt.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Okay, first of all, before we talk about training with Lorenzo and having such a mind like he has in your corner, what about him wearing his belt in your corner?
Listen, bro, I love it. I heard you guys, so like I went back afterward and watched y'all's live show, like your podcast when y'all did. Oh, fuck yeah, I did. I called Jordan too and got him to watch it. Like, yeah, hell yeah. So, I heard y'all talking about. I like it, man. All that does. Lorenzo doesn't do that for himself. Lorenzo's already made a name for himself. But if you see a guy wearing a belt in my corner, how many people are going to pay attention to that because he's wearing a belt? So it's bringing shine to me. So I'm not going to complain about it. I fucking love it. I think it's awesome. And to be honest, if I had my belt, bro, I wore my medal for 3 fucking days. If I had a belt, I would have wore it.
I thought it was a little funny. He had his belt in the ring for your fight, but you know, he has brought it everywhere. So at least he's consistent with it.
Bro, the part that kills me is when he's cheering for me at the end, when they're raising my hand, he holds it up upside down.
Upside down. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But
oh man, y'all missed the best part at the end of the fight. So Lorenzo comes in, and it's right after I won, and he told me great fight, and he gave me a lot of props and shit. And then he says, he gave me something, I don't even remember what it was, but like some kind of little side dish, like you could have done this better, you could have done that better. And I stopped and I looked at Stripling and I said, Hector Lombard didn't look like that. And he was like, you're fucking right, bro. Like, I can't say nothing, you're fucking right. So he gives me hell, but it was the same thing, man. I give him hell back.
When he did a face off, when he did he didn't do a face off, but when Lombard faced off with Riggs in Florida and he had the belt in his hand, he walked up, he was holding it upside down, and I thought he did that on purpose to like show like this ain't a real like fight. But I guess he was like, nah, I just did that by accident.
Yeah, nobody means to do that
shit. That's fucking awesome. Lorenzo, he's one of our favorite guys that we've had him on. He's been on the show 6 times in the last year. Like, he's such a great guy, like good personality and everything, and he has so much insight in everything that goes on. So like, we just keep having him whenever he wants to come back on, and we just have him back on. But like, fucking no doubt about it. But
he's a handful, man. He's blowing my head up. I ain't gonna lie. He sent me some Instagram messages and like, you were a machine and you were this and that and shit. And I'm like, bro, you got a world champion telling you that. Like, my head's already pretty fucking big. Don't make it any bigger.
That beard's looking pretty big.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I actually cut a few inches off for the fight.
You're gonna be able to enter a contest for that thing soon.
You get the you got any beard oil sponsors or anything like that?
Bro, I have literally nobody sponsored me for this last fight. And like, my shorts had sponsors on them, but it was the same shorts I wore my first BKFC fight. So like, it was just old sponsors that didn't even pay me this time. I was just like, fuck it, I'm not spending the money on new shorts. I'm gonna go ahead and rock them. And they kind of had blood from my last fight when I fought Tony Soto on them, so I feel like that's a little good luck.
I'm gonna hit up my boy. He owns a company called Beard Octane. I think they would be nice for you. I think they got some great products. They're a bunch of fucking meatheads like all of us. And they probably need a fighter under their belt. You know what I mean?
Thank God, I mean something.
What's it like, man? Were you training with Lorenzo up until the fight, or was it on and off?
Nah,
What's
see,
the
I didn't get
relationship like?
much of a chance to train with Lorenzo this time. I had some personal shit going on, and I had to stay home. So we live about an hour and 15 minutes apart, and I had to take a job, obviously cover bills because I went a couple years with no job and built up some serious debt just to be able to train twice a day every day. And I built up some serious debt. So this time that debt kind of bit me in the ass. So I had to stay home, and I do a lot of coaching, a lot of private sessions and shit like that. So I had to stay home and make that money where I could. So I wasn't able to make it to Lorenzo. And to be honest with you, I'll give y'all a little scoop. I don't know if Lorenzo would want me to say this, but he didn't even know I was fighting until weigh-ins. Like, he knew Jordan Nash was fighting because Jordan Nash was there, but Lorenzo's always backed me since I did my first tryout with BKFC. So when I told him, and he was like, it kind of impressed me. He was like, man, you can't make it to me. You should have fucking called me. I will travel to you and take care of you. And that's the kind of guy he is. He was looking out for me. But no, I didn't do a whole lot. Now, everything I did by myself, or everything I did with Jordan Nash at our gym here in town, were things Lorenzo taught me. And I just drilled them over and over again, because if a world champion tells you something, you want to fucking do it. So I did that. But as for like going to see him all the time, no, I couldn't. And then he had his fight with Hector, and he went to Puerto Rico with Elvin Brito. So I mean, I didn't have much of a chance anyway. But I could have made it a few times, but I wasn't even sure if he would be there. So
Dude, nobody has I mean, honestly, everybody's got lives, and it's hard to like work anything into. You never get time back for sure. You know what I mean? Like, you got to drive, right? You guys aren't right up the road from each other. You're like three or 4. Are you 3 hours apart, something like that? You to him?
Me and Lorenzo were about an hour and a half.
Oh, hour and a half. I thought you guys were further away.
But if I mean, if I work an 8-hour day and he's got shit going on, and then right when I get off work, I go do that. My big problem is, by the time I get back to my house, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and then I have to cook dinner because me and Jordan live together. I cook dinner for me, and he does dishes. I cook dinner. I cook dinner for me and Jordan. I take a shower. I change my clothes. I hate
doing the dishes, so I'm with you on that.
Oh, bro, I ain't doing it. I swear to God, I ain't doing no fucking. I have a dishwasher and I don't do it. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck, even loading the dishwasher sucks. Big Ben says, why wouldn't you be a part of Smith Brothers? You are a part of Smith Brothers. You're a Smith Brothers.
Yeah, I am. I love Smith Brothers, man. Kevin Smith's done he's done a lot for me. He's done a lot for me, and he's helped me out. I met him at the first tryouts I went to, and I had Lorenzo, talking good about me at that point. And at that point, me and Lorenzo hadn't done really shit together. He had just seen what I did, and he had fought my old MMA teammate at the time, Brad Taylor. So he really liked what I was doing, and he was in my corner. So I think that kind of helped Kevin Smith look at me and be in my corner. And then I signed with Kevin Smith immediately because he had ties to bare knuckle, and bare knuckle's my kind of sport, man. It's not like I love MMA. I'm good at MMA. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. Jordan Nash was a wrestler, and I've trained with him so much, my wrestling got really good. But Lorenzo was in my corner, and it helped Kevin Smith be in my corner, which led me to bare knuckle, and that's kind of where I wanted to be.
Yeah, Big Ben says right here, Kevin Smith is an absolute awesome dude, and yes, he is. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys all something about Kevin. We do this show, right? And we're always contacting fighters, trying to get people on. We're always networking. Kevin likes to be talked to before his fights gets on here, like a good manager should, right? But I don't know how many fucking guys this guy manages, because I will get a hold of a
everybody.
Fighter. Yes, I'll get a hold of a fighter. I'll book them for the show. He'll hit me up. He'll be like, "Hey, how'd you get so-and-so on your show?" I'll be like, I asked them. He'll be like, "Well, you should ask me first." I'll be like, "You manage them?" He'll be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, is there anybody that you don't fucking manage? How about you give me a list of fighters that you don't manage, and then I'll hit you up for everyone else."
That'd be easier.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, I love that guy. He is so busy. He is super hard working. When we go down to the events, man, I've never seen him stop moving ever at an event. He never stops. Fucking, he's a dog. Let's talk a little bit about your roommate, Jordan. How's his eye doing?
Oh, it's good, man. Actually, I was very surprised at how good it looked. So usually, after a fight, you go out, you have a big after party, you party all night, whatever. Well, like I didn't get to enjoy the fights because I fought, and then obviously I have to go to the back to get Jordan ready or whatever, and try to help him as much as I can. And so he gets ready to go out and fight. And then when he got cut like that, I couldn't go out and have an after party. I was like, shit, I'm gonna go to the hospital and see Jordan. Because like not only are we roommates, man, we're best friends. We've been training together for 7 or 8 years now. Like even when we didn't have a gym, it's just been me and him. So I'm trying to go to his room to see him, but I guess because of all this COVID shit, he couldn't have visitors. He could have one visitor in his room. So I went straight back to the hotel, hoping that he would be right back to the hotel. Well, he didn't get back until like 7 in the morning. Like they kept him all night, I guess because Tampa hotel's that busy or whatever, or hospital's that busy. So I went back to the hotel just waiting on him, and I didn't get to go out or enjoy myself. But when he came back, it didn't look as bad as it looked on TV. Like they fixed it very, very well. And that kid's got fucking Wolverine healing powers.
Yeah, that shit looked crazy on TV. Oh my!
How many
God,
stitches? How many stitches did it take?
Bro, I don't even know. I know side of his nose was broken, his hand was broken, and he got a shit ton of stitches.
Yeah, because it looked like the entire lid was like folded over his eye. I mean, that shit was crazy looking on TV. I don't know what it looked like in person.
Man, it was bad. I don't know if y'all seen the picture we took after. Obviously, you haven't, but we took a picture after his stitches at my house, and he looked the world.
He looked the world in front of the refrigerator, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He looked the world different.
I couldn't really tell that much. Like, I mean, that shit was brutal. When it's so crazy how like it cut all the way through his eyebrow, like all the way across the eyebrow, like instantly from like
lid to lid.
Did y'all hear what he was screaming at the ref and the fucking doctor?
No, not really. Because we were watching it. And we were on the show, I believe, right? That was on during when
right. We had the air. We had an
I think they cut it off the air too. Like I don't know if however they muted him or whatever, but he was literally screaming, "Let me fucking die in here! Let me fucking like that kid is batshit crazy, bro. Like batshit crazy."
And the thing is, he was winning that entire fight too, just like your fight. I thought he was winning pretty much the entire damn fight, and it's unfortunate because he got that cut and it ended his run. Like you guys would have took home 2 W's that night.
Yeah, well, we've done almost every MMA show we've done together. Like all the way through our amateur career, through pros and everything. Everything we do has been together. And that motherfucker is so batshit crazy, bro. Like I remember one time we were on an MMA show and he fought a guy who cut from this dude was probably 200 plus pounds, and Jordan was walking around about 170, and he fought the guy's name was Gerard Perry, and he fought this guy, and I fought a guy that was a little tiny guy. Oh, I'm fucked. Lost my train of thought, guys.
I was like, did he freeze? No.
Yeah. Me too.
Nope. I just felt that. But like, I'm still in celebration mode.
Nah, man. Somebody just sent me a picture of Jordan's eye, and like, I just sent it to Mike because maybe he can pull it up on the show.
Yeah, I will.
Dude.
I will.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got a better one than that. I'll send y'all. Like when we're in the back and the doctors are talking to him, I'll send y'all one. It's so bad.
So let's go ahead and let's talk about the fact that before we're gonna do a quick speed round with you before we let you go. But you and Jordan, how old are you? Jordan's 24, right? Or 26, 24?
No, Jordan's 24. You called me 26 the other day. I took it as a very good compliment. I'm 31.
You're 31. Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, you guys are young guys, man. Like
here it is.
31 ain't fucking old at all. Look at that shit, guys. Ugh.
Oh yeah. That lip was nasty too.
Oh, you know what?
Wow.
Like everyone ignores the lip, man. It's got that Robbie Lawler lip.
Yep, that's what I
thought. No shit.
Yeah, I fucking dude. He kind of looks like Rory McDonald in that picture there. To be honest with you,
what do you think John Knuckle would do with that cut, Kyle?
Oh, Sikes, do you know who John Nutt is?
I don't.
John Nutt runs the Fight Circus and Bare Knuckle Kingdom out in Thailand. And it is the wildest, craziest shows you've ever seen in your life. 3-on-1s, 2-on-1s,
phone booth fighting, spinning moves only,
spinning move only. Yeah. Siamese twin fighting. So like they would tie you and like you and Jordan would get tied, your legs and your body would get
put
tied
a shirt
together.
over you.
And then you two would fight 2 other guys tied together. He does crazy shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he
I would like our odds tied together with 2 other people not tied together.
What? He had the Bare Knuckle Kingdom event, and the dude had a gash on his forehead. I think it was on his forehead, like that one. Yeah. And not
he's the in-ring announcer.
He gets in the ring with the microphone like this, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jesus Christ! This guy's got a fucking vagina on his face." And me and Mike are like, "Did he just say he's got a vagina on his face?" And then he goes, "Don't worry, pal. We'll all get together and fuck it later on." That's what he said.
Hey, they do that kind of shit in Thailand.
Dude,
oh my God.
What a crazy show. It was you've ever seen.
It was absolutely hysterical, man. Yeah. Well, you know what? You got a bright future ahead of you and Jordan. Hopefully his eye heals up. Looks like you didn't take too much. You didn't take any damage, did you?
No, bro. I've had 2 BKFC fights and I haven't been split at all.
Yeah. No hand damage, nothing.
Oh yeah, tons of hand damage. I think I broke my wrist this time. My hands. Let me see if I can show y'all. I'm fucked up. I can't make fists. I'm fucked up. But no, I'm good, man. That guy had a hard ass head.
Your hands look like they belong on like a fat guy.
Let me give y'all the story before you get me off of here. So the next morning, I'm walking in the hotel. My opponent's walking out, and I stop and I'm like, "Hey, man, tough fight. You're a tough son of a bitch." And he's holding on to his girlfriend's shoulders, walking out. And she said, "Hold on, he don't know who he's talking to." She said, "That's your opponent." His eyes were swollen completely shut. He was like, "Oh shit, bro! Oh shit, bro! Good fight." And I was like, "Holy shit, I'm a foot in front of this dude's face."
Wow.
And he couldn't see anything at all. He was done.
That is crazy. And did you see pictures of Hannah Guy after the fight with Taylor Starling? She was the same way.
I did.
She didn't look like the same person. Her eyes were pinched shut. It was nuts.
Hey, she's tough as fuck too. And I love Taylor Starling. Yeah. I love Taylor Starling. Hey. But that girl taking them shots is so fucking tough, bro. Like that.
And she took that fight on like 2 weeks notice, man. She's a beast. And Hannah Guy is no joke. She has fought and beat some beasts in MMA. And
I think she won in Bellator. She's got a Bellator win.
Yeah, she beat Valerie Loretta in Bellator. Mike doesn't.
Valerie Loretta. Me and her fought on the same amateur show.
Who, Valerie?
Yeah, for Combat Night in Jacksonville.
Okay, you can tell us about the after party later. Okay.
Maybe. I keep my secret.
All right, brother. Let's do a speed round with you real quick and then get you out of here. Speed round with Josh Sikes, the wayward one himself. Number 1. What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
It's the most versatile one in the world, right?
Yes.
It's the best word ever.
It's a verb, an adjective, a noun, an adverb. It's everything you want it to be and more. Number 2, what does your family eat at Christmas dinner?
Liquor.
Nice. With a fork?
Oh, shit. Number 3, can you name the actor that played Harley Davidson in the movie Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man?
I cannot, and I get asked about it about once a week, and I cannot.
You really?
Bro, like, have you ever seen Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man? I get that once a week.
I never have.
Get the fuck out of here! And you never
I've never met a dude named Harley. They're all dogs and chicks. So.
Well, by the way, it is Mickey Rourke that plays Harley Davidson. Don Johnson plays the
Fuck, I didn't know that. Son of a bitch.
And fun fact, WWF 80s and 70s wrestling superstar Big John Studd is in that movie as well. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know that.
Now you got useless facts for days.
Number 4, here we go.
Have you ever clogged a toilet at a person's house and left without telling them?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And the last one.
What was the relation?
I wiped my ass with a decoration towel.
Yo, do you know what an upper decker is?
No.
All right, yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I have a buddy of mine. who's the only person I've ever known or heard of that has actually pulled off an upper decker. That is when you take the top part of the toilet off and you shit in the top part, and then you put the top back on, and then you just leave. So
I'm gonna have to shoot my shot on that. I'm gonna do it.
So they just keep
You know what a rolling brown out
and
is.
the water keeps coming back brown. I don't know what's up with this.
Oh shit! All right, last question. Here we go. Name your top 3 Christmas movies, and we'll let you get out of here.
Hey, I'm kind of stealing this one from Jordan. Bad Santa. Bad Santa's up there. I'll say Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
And then Die Hard, bro. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
That's a top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Santa, Home Alone, Die Hard. God damn. Good job, man. Great job at the event. You really showed up and you fucking rebounded off your debut. Now you're on the winning circle and you are on your way to being a superstar. Thank you very much for coming on. Take a minute, shout some people out, and then you get out of here.
Oh, man, I ain't got a whole lot of people to shout out. Like I said, I didn't have many sponsors for this fight. Mostly Lorenzo, Jordan Nash, obviously. When you watch those guys work, I have a certain work ethic I have to keep up with, which is fucking exhausting, and I don't want to. But I do it. My buddy Tarek, he's not a sponsor. He doesn't own a business, but he just kind of helps me privately. So I'd like to appreciate him. And then Kevin Smith, obviously, and Smith Brothers, and you guys, man, I appreciate y'all for having me on the show. Y'all are always easy to talk to. I'm not very good at doing this shit, man. I get bad social anxiety, but y'all make it easy and fun, so I appreciate it.
This is the show to get comfortable on right here, man.
Right.
Everybody go out and follow him on Instagram, _wayward_1 1990. I believe you're born in that year, which makes me feel old as fuck. And Facebook, Joshua Harley Sikes. Thank you very much for coming on. You are welcome back anytime, my man. And I hope to see you back in the ring soon.
Thanks, guys, man. I love y'all.
Oh shit.
Oh, there he is. He's back. Hey, how's it going?
Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, we'll see you, man. Take it easy.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right. Jump the gun on pulling the trigger there.
Oh, that was fucking rookie.
You know what, dude?
Mistake,
awesome, dude. Awesome interview. That guy is the fucking
Kyle,
man.
that was a fucking negligent fucking discharge, bro.
Negligent
We're gonna have
discharge.
to write you up.
Speaking of negligent discharges, we watched a video on puberty with the 10-year-old last night.
Oh, how'd that go?
Yeah. My son, he's like, yeah, the video's like, every once in a while, the penis will get hard. And my 7-year-old is in the background going, penis is hard. It was so goddamn funny, dude. It was fucking.
When I was in sex ed in 6th grade, they put us in this room that had like 2 windows. You know, the windows in school, they're like long horizontally.
Yeah.
And then there's like 5 of them stacked, but only the bottom one opens, but just like a quarter of the way. Yep. They had 2 of those. It's in the middle. Dude, not in the middle of summer, but it was summertime. Like the school was almost over. Probably like a week left. We're doing sex ed in this little fucking room. It was so hot. We were all sweating and we were watching this and we're laughing and shit. And it's one of my friends, the guy who lived across the street from me, the kid who lived across the street from me, all of a sudden he starts going like this. So I like look over all quick. I'm like, yo. And I look at my friend Jay, right? I say, yo, what's up with Steve? And this dude is out. He passed out. He was like heat stroking.
During sex ed?
Yes. And he passed out, right? And was convulsing a little bit. Now I'm in 6th grade. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Actually, this was 5th grade. I apologize. This dude, Jay, jumps on the table and runs across this long ass table and jumps off and see you later. He went and got the principal and whatever. But yeah, so first time I did sex ed, somebody passed out. So
all right, well, that's a fucking story.
Yeah,
and
it was fun.
Here we go, guys. Do not blink. We got another high energy. We got another high energy, badass bare knuckle motherfucker coming up right now. Let's go, perros. David Diaz in the motherfucking house. Here we go.
Oh. What's up, G's?
Oh, shit. Where the hell have you been, Mr. Diaz? Where have you been?
Here's one thing I want you guys to. This is a very, very serious thing. For the people that think that I have not been active since my last fight, I left everything behind to train full time, 3 times a day. I used all my my money that I got from my injury instead of, being smart. I invested it all in going to Miami. From Miami, I went to Mexico for 3.5 months, 3 camps. I'm broke. I've been wanting to fight, brother. I'm fucking ready. I tell you right now, I don't care who it is. I am fucking ready. I had a spiritual journey in Mexico. I was kicking it with some indigenous shamans. I got shit. I mean, it just feels like a movie, bro. Like it's just fucking weird.
Jesus. Well, I see that the stellar mustache is still there.
Oh, it's gonna always be there since I was a kid.
Yeah, you look. You were born with that shit.
Born with that shit.
Yeah, man. So it's like we've been itching to get you back in there. I've heard that you've had a few opponents and you've had a few pullouts, and are we? You could talk about that for a second, but are we finally going to see you back in there soon in January? Tell me if we're wrong.
Well, look, I said this, man. I said this, and I say respectfully, I'm pretty sure you guys know I fucking love fighting for BKFC. It was my dream come true. I wanted to fight. I love it, but if I can't get a fight, I need to go somewhere else and I need to eat, man. We need to fucking eat. So I said, this happens this time. With all due respect, I'm gonna have to ask to let me fight someone because I got offers everywhere else, but I'm loyal as fuck. It's one thing you're not gonna take away from me is my loyalty. I got locked in. They said no matter what, if this person pulls out, we're gonna have no matter what, someone's gonna fight you that day. So we got tickets. We're selling. I got people buying. For New York, I had people fucking buying plane tickets from Germany, to go see me. People from Mexico, people from all over the world, and then I tell them 2 weeks before the fight, I'm not fighting. What the fuck, dude? Had coaches fly down to Mexico to help me out. I'm fighting January 29th. If I have to fucking gain 50 pounds that night because somebody got injured, I'm fucking fighting that night.
Right, because when you won your fight against Spencer, you signed a 5-year? Five fight deal.
Yeah, and I'm obliged with my part.
Right, and that fight was back in March, correct? That was BKFC 16.
Yes, sir.
And that was all the way back in March. So we've been wondering, like, what? We saw you down in Miami. Yep. And we ran into you. We talked to you down there. You and your brother were looking dapper as hell, looking like the fucking Hitman brothers from Breaking Bad over there with the flashy shirts and the cowboy boots on. Yeah, but you were ready to go back then. So like me and Mike been like, what the fuck is going on with Diaz? And then we were planning to go to that New York event. We heard you were going to be on there. I can't remember who your opponent was supposed to be for that one, but.
Maybe I can say it now because it doesn't matter anymore, but I had been told like till last minute that I was gonna fight Bono. And then they fucking tell me about a week and a half before, 2 weeks before the fight. Like you said, nothing's official here, man. They need to give us 2 months to promote, to get sponsors, to fucking feed ourselves. If you're not gonna let us shout our sponsors out, then fucking give us time to promote our shit, because this is how we fucking eat. If we're full-time fighters, we need to promote. We need to show businesses, hey, this is my fucking poster. This is the fight I'm fighting at. Here it is. Here's the fucking moneymaker. Sponsor me. Yes, okay. But when you don't have that, how can you tell?
It's really hard. We talk about it on the show all the time. We talk about how is a fighter supposed to be able to promote themselves and make money if they can't talk about who they're going to fight until 2 weeks before. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they do it. But hey, in the comments section, Andrew Toppin says, first of all, we all know that you draw hate. Okay, so Andrew Toppin says, fuck this dude. But then he says, duck and wreck left and right. What's he mean there? What do you mean by duck and wreck?
Who's duck and wreck? Who's Rick?
What is it? Mike, do you know what he means by that? Duck and wreck?
Nope.
All right.
Since my fight, I've been given 3 names only. I accepted all of them. None of them happened. What do you fucking think I'm doing? Spending all my fucking money training all day, not fucking having sex? I'm fucking trying to build a natural testosterone, not fucking jerking it for 6 weeks so I could what? Spend all my money? I haven't been on fucking vacation. I haven't been on vacation.
You've been all over the place training.
I was training with Brandon Moreno's coaches up in Mexico, and now the same team is inviting me to Zacatecas. They're like, dude, we'll fucking help you out. We'll put a house up for you. We got, Teco Quiñones. We got the Malia team, Teco Quiñones' brother. Forget his name. Sorry, just made it to the UFC. There's people helping me out, but the thing is, I gotta get to these places too. I don't know what people think, man. You fucking think I want to just be training? You think I'm storing this fucking anger, all this? You think I want to be on a 1,400 calorie fucking diet for 9 months, for 8 months? Fuck out of here. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you saw the contract too. Fuck you too.
He says that he knows. I will tell you that he was supposed to fight Malo, and you pulled out of a Malo fight.
Malo, yeah. Bro, fuck out of here. This is the thing, bro. Look, okay. Malo has never been presented. You want to know this? I give you guys facts. When I told a manager, what about Malo? He can't get medically passed. He's almost died of brain cancer. Let's be honest, man. I'll fucking fight you, but you want to die in there? Fine. But you didn't get medically passed. You can't, they won't let you fight, bro. I'll fight you at 145 in Mexico after this one. Send Malo over. Come on, man. I fucking fought a hard fight with baby fucking feet hands. And I'm gonna say no to fucking Malo to this. Yeah. Okay, let's believe that. Let's fucking believe that. Sure. Salute.
All right. Let's talk about your debut for a second. Let's remind everybody. I was talking to Mike earlier about this, and your fight with Spencer Ruggieri is the forgotten one. And now we're getting towards the end of the year where we're talking about fighter of the year. We're talking about women's fighter of the year, male fighter of the year, fight of the year.
I should have fought 4 times this year.
But that fight though is the forgotten one. When you talk about fights of the year, that was a hell of a fight. All 5 rounds. It was great. It was back and forth. It was bloody. It had crazy flurries. It had controversy. It had a point taken. Like everything that you could put into a fight was in there, man. And like I wanted to give you props on that because I think that you and Spencer deserve a little recognition for that fight. When they talk about top 5 fights of the year, I don't hear anybody saying that you guys' fights in there, but I really think it was
bullshit. You want to know what's more bullshit? And all respect to these guys because I fucking love these 2 fighters, Joe Elmer and Brian and Garcia. You know, they fucking great fight, but they got nominated for fight of the year, and I took fight of the night for that event. Just tell me you don't fucking like me without telling me you don't like me. What the fuck have I done? You know, what the fuck have I done? I mean, what have I done? I promote myself. I make my own fucking posters. I keep fucking sharing. I keep going to stores, hanging posters myself. But I get no love back from the company. It's like, what? I fucking put up. I almost fucking lost an eye in that fight. Fucking cracked teeth, everything. And they give, you know, and like I said, great fight. Fucking Elmer, that guy always goes at it. Also, always go at it. But with all due respect, I took fight of the night that night. I was called out. I'm still getting called out till the end of the year. I don't like to fucking toot my own horn, but what other fighter's been getting called out the whole fucking year? You just won your fight, you're saying fuck Diaz, but you're still talking about me. You still mention me in your interviews. Who made that impact this year? They just told me they don't like me without telling me they don't like me.
Mike, what do you got to say?
You don't like the little homie from the hood. Just tell me you don't like the little homie from the hood. Fine.
I don't quite understand what. So when you talk to Nate Shook and you say, Nate, what the hell's going on? Where's my fight? What is going on? Get me in this ring. What is
Nate
going
say?
on? Hey, David Feldman, what is going on? What do they tell you? What exactly do they say?
So I had a manager, right? I have a manager. So my manager says, you don't talk to nobody, talk to me. So I'm like, all right. But there's been things, you know, lately that they're telling me to change my, there's just personal shit that I'm like, because I think about them, I'm like, I see Nate in person, and he's like, why does everybody want to fight you? I'm like, because I'm the fucking show. But that's why. But you've only shot 3 names to my manager. 3 names that we agreed to, and then it's like, no. What? So now at this point, I'm like, do I just do this whole shit myself? Do I just say, fuck it, I'm rolling solo? I'm training myself right now. I don't have a coach right now. You know? I got my little brother doing mitts. Like, that's all I need. Got a heavy motherfucker. He's there for me. I gotta go to Zacatecas, finish my last 3 weeks up in 8,000 feet altitude in Mexico.
Why not Boxar?
Boxar kind of like, they got busy, man. They got really, really busy. They're also growing and expanding.
They blew up quick, right? They blew up real quick.
I don't think they have any fighters fighting out of Boxar anymore. It became more of a business because there's a lot of stress, man. Imagine not just for the fighters, but for the coaches that they get asked all this shit too. So I can see how the owner he blew up, man. Like they just got like a fucking humongous area that's like 5-6 times bigger, 3 stories or some shit. So I understand.
From the outside looking in, I feel like you guys were really clicking there and that they had a good thing going from the training videos I saw. And it just looked really good there. So I was just from like I said, from the outside looking in, I was like, oh, I wonder why he left there. I feel like they had a good chemistry.
I did. It was just it was a lot of things that led up to it. One thing was they were getting busy. One thing was financially me. And then right towards the end, it was like, you know, when it rains, it pours. It was one after another after another. My dog died. I was like in debt back at home because I was spending all my money on training. I even the way I got money after like Boxer was I was out of cash. I settled. I had permanent insurance on my neck and my back because I have 3 herniated discs and I fucked up my back at work. When that happened, I needed money to keep training, and this is when it pisses me off. People say he doesn't want to fight. Like, I settled a lifetime insurance on my spine to a shitty piece of money so I could continue training, so I could fight. I settled. For a few years, my back is gonna be fucked up. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna pay for it, but I literally settled for that to be closed, to have a little bit extra more money to continue training to go to Mexico.
Well, David, you got an offer right there. Sicario Fight Club says you're welcome to come train at our gym in Tampa anytime you want. So
that's just gonna appreciate it. Appreciate all the help that everybody's been reaching. I got coaches hitting me up. Hey, I live in Southgate. I'll go hold mitts for you. So people.
Kevin Smith says absolutely anytime, absolutely. Let's talk about your time between that last fight and this fight, right? You got a fight coming up in January. It'll be 10 months by the time you fight, right? The first fight, you guys put on a really great show, but I would say that you both fought with a little bit like first fight jitters out. I don't know if you'll admit that, but it seemed like you both were a little amped up in there.
I was too emotional.
Yeah, you were emotional. You guys were really going crazy in there. Now you've had a lot of time to, travel and train with a bunch of people. Would you say that your approach to this fight is going to be much different this time around?
Always going to be the same energy. I'm always going to be the one that at the end of the day, my style is punch me twice, I'm going to hit you 5. But the only difference now is that I'm swinging from here. I'm not swinging from here. Only difference is I got 8 months moving that head, moving those fucking hips, landing 5, 6, 7, 8 hit combos, stay face to face. And in Mexico, they don't fucking wear headgear. We sometimes don't wear mouth guards. And these motherfuckers swing. These motherfuckers. And they've been doing that shit since they were kids. It's just in their blood. These fuckers, fucking youngsters, 20, 19-year-olds just fucking going ham at me and me. Fuck. I thought I had cardio. Like, you're gonna see a same fighter, just way cleaner striking. More head work, more pressure, more cardio, a bigger, badder, stronger.
I mean, if you come in there with better cardio this time, you had a relentless pace last time. You were nonstop for all 25 minutes last time. So you clean up your striking a little bit and add some more cardio on top of that. Good God, man, look out! We
also cut a lot of fat. We started doing weights about 4 months ago, and bro, I fucking feel it. I feel the difference in my body. I feel my whole body changing. I feel all of this. I have this whole new fucking. I didn't have this shit before. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is it? So
you know who you look like right now? You look like Mike Hunold post deployment 2013, and Mike now is like whatever you were before all that shit.
Yeah. 160 and flat, but. Man,
I was 215.
I went from 125 to 176 on our deployment. I started working out every day. I was working out like 5 or 6 days a week, eating great. I didn't have to cook, so I just went to the DFAC, picked up some chicken. I was eating great, protein shakes. I was taking a weight gainer at one point. Man, I came back. I was huge. My pants didn't fit. I remember the day we came back from deployment. We get in on the buses. You fucking your family's there. You get in the car. I get to the house. We're like, we got to go out to dinner with the family. I said, all right, let me get some pants. I fucking went to go put my pants on, and my ties, they were so big, I couldn't get them in my pants. I said, I got to go to the mall and buy something. So I had to put on
40 pounds. He put on 40 pounds in 9 months.
Yeah. Like pretty much all muscle too. Like I just blew up. And then when I came back home, I was like, I'm going to keep doing this. And then here we are.
Dude, that shit
I
is
didn't
like.
keep doing it. I still kept running, but I didn't run. I didn't lift weights. You know.
No, imagine doing that shit 3 times for a fight and getting fucking canceled.
Man,
I can't even imagine. I
It's
cannot
3 camps,
fucking imagine.
bro. It's 3 camps. I've been hungry, man. It
man.
gets to a point where you get sad, or you're like,
And you can't like, and you can't like let loose and party and like go out and eat a bunch of
You
dirty
get so-
shit,
I
like
almost did,
grimy
man.
food and rip a bunch of booze or anything like that. You can't even do any of that shit. You know what I
I
mean?
almost lost myself in Mexico towards the end. That's when I it's a little story for you guys. I once I got that cancellation for New York, I broke a little bit because I was like, I really needed, not even a lot of money, but I really needed that to keep it going for 3 months. Like I really, really needed that. So I kind of broke, and life works really crazy, man. I was just ready to fuck up. I was in Mexico in Sayulita, a party town. I was ready to fuck up. I had sponsored from a bar, so I had anything I want to drink and eat. So I was like thinking about it that night. And I met a shaman. And she's like, something's wrong with you. We met for a reason. You should come to these ceremonies. And I said, you know what? It's either try this or fuck up and go to bed. I tell you, I broke a little. And oh man, did I find my fucking Aztec warrior in those 3 weeks of spiritual journey, man. It was, you forget to train your mind. And I was training so hard, my physical to look better, and I was fucking getting yoked, but my mental was not there. And part of 80% of this fight, 90% of a fight is mental. Because you could be the biggest fucking guy, but if you're beat mentally before going to fight, you're going down. And you could be the fattest, the unhealthiest person, but if you go into with that champion mentality, I'm not going down, you could beat that guy.
So you feel 100% confident that everyone's going to see a bigger, better, faster, stronger you in January.
Oh, bro, the people that are seeing my fight. I said this one time. My first fight is gonna be remembered as my worst fight.
As you should, and like honestly, not
Right.
to be not to shit on your fight. You should always get. I mean, like hey,
Should always
I think I
progress.
brought up Tom Brady already once this show. I'm going to bring him up again. Tom Brady, my man. Tom Brady. He won the Super Bowl in his second year in the NFL. That is his shittiest Super Bowl. When he won that, he was in his second year. 19 years later, he dominated in the Super Bowl and won the MVP again.
Sure.
19 years later, looked like a whole different person than he was. I'm telling you, man, you should always get better. Always get better. So I like your style. I like your attitude.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Another thing is I train for every fight as if it was a title fight. I don't care what your record is. I'm trading for you as if you're the number 1 contender for me. Every fight is a fucking title fight for me. I'm not taking anyone lightly. I'm pushing. I fucking get up after doing a 3-hour morning workout, go do my fucking 3-5 miles, and I come home and then I'm like, my body hurts. And then my little brother's like, you ready to do tonight's work? I'm like, no. He's like, get the fuck up, let's go. There my ass goes. No pre-workout, anything, just raw fucking. This shit is fucking hard, but when you want something, you fucking go for it.
You go for it. Speaking of your brother, man, Miguel, when we talk to you down in Hollywood, Florida at the Hard Rock, you were saying that he was going to be making his debut the next month. When we talked to you, you're like, yeah, next month. Whatever happened to that? Like, what is that? That's another fight that fell through. And are we going to see Miguel Diaz fight sometime soon?
Dude, my little brother, same thing as me. He postponed his wedding. He postponed buying a house. He left his job to go to Miami for 3 months to get ready for that fight. They pushed him for June. They told him July. When after July, we were like, you know what, dudes? They keep pushing these fights. We gotta go back home. When they saw that we were packed up and sharing that we're going back home, fucking pretty much packed up leaving. Hey, you want to fight next week? And we had already been 3 weeks off. He had already gained some weight because he was like, bummed out, man. You fucking train, you leave your house. So my little brother is training still, but he's not in camp. But they've made him some offers in other places for February and they've been making them. But since he's saving for his house right now and he's getting his family going, all he wants is to know when and he'll be ready. But BKFC doesn't do that. BKFC tells you 2 weeks before the fight.
Right. Has like BYB reached out to him now you got Triad in there and Game Plan. He's got offers.
Oh yeah, we've been getting hit up everywhere, man. Everybody's like, we want you. And I'm like biting my lip because some really, really nice offers out there, man. I'm like, I can really use that right now.
Well, man, I hope you get your fight. I hope January happens. We heard
It's
something.
happening.
We heard something.
I'll fight in the fucking lobby. I'll fight in the lobby, but you're gonna see me fight January 29th.
January 29th. I can tell you who's not going to be at that event, and it's because of Uncle Sam once again, Mike. We have military obligations
Of
that
course.
weekend. Last weekend, dude. I'm telling you right now, it's like our Army schedule is. It just butts heads with the fucking
every time.
Every damn time. And it's like every fourth event we can actually get to because the freaking we get an opening in our schedule. But January 29th, we will be training. We will be watching, and maybe we'll do a fight companion that night. I don't know.
Yeah,
fucking do it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we love doing that shit. We love having you on here, man. I know a lot of people in the comments hating, calling you out and whatnot, but you know what? People hate.
It was a couple few.
Let me ask you something. The whole time you know me, who have you seen me talk shit about on my page? And they're still talking about me.
Maybe two. Maybe two people.
Well, that was after a minute of fucking listening to shit. But do you guys mind if I say something in Spanish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ahora sí, a todos los perros que me han estado apoyando y que se han estado aguantando y que están aquí todavía apoyándome, les quiero pedir un chingo de disculpas que no pude pelear y que no me dejaron pelear estos cabrones. Pero a todos los que me están ayudando, Pedro Oya, Chris Valverde, Cutman Vic, Joey Beltrán, Brilliant Hart, my little brother, todos los que me están ayudando, a este perro que sigue, le voy a partir su puta madre. Va a ser un pinche knock en el primer round. Y de que me quitan esto, nadie me lo quita, perros. Aquí estamos, putos. Pónganse en filia. All you motherfuckers can line up. Because we're taking all fights 2022. Fuck you too and fuck whatever the fuck you're doing. Join the fucking list. Join the bandwagon of not liking me. I did something you can't fucking do. And that's why you still have me living rent free in your fucking head. Fuck you and have a nice holiday. Gracias.
All right, dude. You are the fucking man, David Diaz. How do you say it?
El Necio.
God, I suck at names. I'm the worst at names, and everybody who watches this show knows it. All right, we're gonna do a fucking few questions with you. Nothing to do with fighting. Here we go. Speed round with the David Diaz himself. Number one, have you ever been stalking someone's Instagram and then accidentally liked one of their photos?
Next question. Nice.
Come on, that's a good question.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like stalking. It was like, let me go see if this person is legit. Then you like scroll down and you fucking like a fucking picture from 2 years ago.
And you're like, oh yeah, shit, isn't you unlike it?
And now I have to slide in her DMs. Hey.
Yeah.
Then you're like, fuck, man. She gonna notice that?
She's like, wait,
is it
you
in
liked
her
my bikini photo from 2012?
Oh, no, not that one.
What the fuck?
Oh, dude, I love that question.
Oops.
I think a lot of people did that. Number two, here we go.
What's the largest amount of money you've ever spent on a Christmas gift?
Not a lot. I'm from the hood, bro. Probably like $1,000, maybe. Nothing big.
I mean, a grand's good.
I mean, a grand was like probably like it was like something probably like after like maybe probably like $1,000. It was probably something. It wasn't nothing. But it was the most, probably like one of the only times.
Well, $1,000 is a lot of money on a Christmas gift. So whoever you got that for. This next question is from my 10-year-old son. And he wanted to know, if reindeer weren't pulling Santa's sleigh, what kind of animal would he use?
Perros! He used a bunch of fucking rock
I should have known
and
that. I should have known that answer was coming. I love it. Number four.
Number four. What's your favorite Christmas gift you've ever received?
Oh man, really quick for this answer. We grew up really poor, man. My family was really poor. My family could not afford original Power Ranger toys or anything. They'll give me bootleg toys from the swap meet that moved like this different paint job. They're all the same. So I dated someone that was pretty cool to me. And she gave me that literally made me cry. It was a Power Ranger the dragon dagger. When I got that gift, it was like probably 4 years ago. I fucking cried because it was like, it's Power Rangers has a special place in my heart. When I couldn't afford none of the toys, you go to school with your new toys, and everybody had original toys, and mine were from the swap meet and made fun of me and shit. So Power Rangers dragon dagger.
Well, shout out to whoever gave you that dragon dagger. That's fucking awesome. And the last question we got for you, buddy, it is easy, maybe not an easy one. Sum up your 2021 in a few sentences.
The most memorable, beautiful, hurtful, inspirational year of my life. Growth, growth, growth. That's all I can say, man. Just a lot of growth.
There you go, man. Thank you very much for coming on. As always, you are a beast, and we look forward to seeing you about a month from now. Take 1 minute, shout out some people, thank some people, shout some sponsors, and then let you go.
For sure. This is Pedro Joya in Puerto Vallarta, Mucho Bueno, Sayulita, Olive Sayulita, Coach Chris, Gals Boxing, Fusion PVD Products, NutriFit Labs, the Beltranes, Joey and Britt just came to visit me. I fucking love you guys. My little brother, everybody in South Central LA, everybody in Mexico that's been supporting me. Everybody that doesn't like me and is talking to me on the real, I wish you guys a fucking great fucking holidays. I in the ring it's one other thing, but in real life, I have nothing against none of you because you don't have to like me, but you definitely will respect me. Happy holidays.
All right, brother. You have a great holiday and good luck in January. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you, brother. Much love. Happy holidays.
All right,
awesome, man. Happy holidays. Take care.
Orale. Hey now. Hey,
yeah. I was talking to our next guest a second ago. That's why I was like a second behind. I had to mute my microphone so I could do some typing because I feel like you guys can hear me type, or at least in my headphones I can hear me type. And
did you ask her to send you an email address?
No.
No, because sometimes the Facebook Messenger links don't work.
Really? I've never run into that. Not yet. I always use them. But anyways,
dude, how awesome are our first two guests so far?
Great.
I love these guys.
A fantastic night.
I love these guys.
We'll have to go back and try to we'll have somebody translate that tomorrow at work because I'm not sure what he said. I mean, I know some things, but
listen, he said putos and maricones, and he said a few other ones. She just sent me an email address. I'm going to shoot that out. Mike, tell a story.
Tell a story. Well, earlier we were talking about how I fucking look like I did steroids when I went on fucking deployment recently. And Joe Ivy said pics or it didn't happen. And I found one pic from deployment. And there it is. Look at that thing right there. You can't even see. Look at my fucking triceps are fucking underneath. I almost go to the bottom of the picture because they're so fucking huge. Dude, my neck and shoulders are so big. Nothing fit me anymore. It was insane. Biggest I've ever been in my life. Probably the biggest I'll ever be in my life. Unless I get back into that shit.
People don't realize.
Look at that barracks. How fun it is to live there. Look how beautiful.
Look at that shit. That's home, everybody.
Yep.
Nah, man. So when I went on my first deployment in 2003, I was a 160-pound little twerp, straight out of basic training, straight out of AIT. I got an AIT 3 days later, was activated for a deployment. 160 pounds. I came back 198 pounds, and I went over there, and I was a strong kid. I was a high school wrestler, but I couldn't put up more than like 205, 225 on a bench if I put everything I had into it. By the end of that deployment, I was 40 pounds bigger, putting 345 up on the bench, deadlifting like 555. It's like you guys don't even realize how much time you have in between. When you're in your off time, you have a job overseas, but when you're off, really the only thing to do is eat, watch movies, and go to the gym or read, right? Those are like the only things you could possibly, or video. Like you're a gamer. So did you play a lot of games overseas?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah. So, you know what I did is I packed up my fucking PlayStation and all my games and shit in a box and put it aside. And I said, when I call you up, Steph, with my address, just put the address on this and send it on. So I did, but only in the mornings, not at night, because I was always too busy working out and eating.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing, like I had an opportunity to go on this last deployment or the next one next one, it just left a fucking week ago, right? 2 weeks ago. The one that just left, I could have gone as the first sergeant of that deployment. And the one thing that like kind of made me interested in going was the fact that I can eat free food.
Oh, yeah.
All day, every day. And I can go to the gym 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week if I wanted to be an absolute
basketball, racquetball.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of shit, man.
The gyms there are good.
Yeah, it's like prison. Like Big Ben says, 3 hots in a cot and like gym time all day. Now
don't have to worry about what you're gonna wear because you're wearing the same shit you wore yesterday.
Yeah. He says free food with question marks. Yes, we go to the
yeah.
chow hall, dude. We eat in the chow hall, free food.
Here's the thing,
the
Brad.
chow hall is open 4 times a day. You can go to breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight chow.
And I worked overnight, so I had midnight chow all the time, which is breakfast and like dinner at the same time, which is fantastic when you're working out.
Mike, 0304 deployment, I went to all 4 meals almost every day.
Nice.
I would go to 4 meals a day. And
I would be sleeping at breakfast time.
Now, hold on a second. Before we go any further, we have Martyna Krol in the green room, but I don't see her.
Her camera's not on, right?
Martyna, if you can hear us, see if you can mess around with your camera a little bit, and then we'll bring you on. We really want to talk to you. We want to bring you on because you are also fighting January 29th. We want to hear who your opponent is. We want to hear all about this. But all we see is a white screen right now.
Yeah.
So,
don't see her. Oh, here we go. Oh, she just shut it off and turned it back on, and I don't think her camera's working. It's just a white screen. Let me just message with her real quick.
Yeah, message her real quick. Now, yeah, man, I was thinking about things that we can do like in downtime during this show, and we got a guy. His name is Al Jenkins, right? Al Jenkins. Oh. He posted a picture. He deployed with me 18 years ago. He posted a picture today. The motherfucker hasn't aged one day.
Maybe just back out of this chat and then use the link to come back in, Martyna.
Al Jenkins was the king of fucking up words, ladies and gentlemen. He would say, he worked at a loading dock where he was driving like high-end cars off of the ships. And I was like, dude, you drive any cool cars lately? He goes, oh, yeah, I drove a Maserati the other day. And I'm like, a what? He goes, I drove a Maserati.
Oh, the Maserati.
I'm like, oh, you mean Maserati? He goes, yeah, that's what I said. When we were overseas, we would have John Deere Gators, right? John Deere Gators was like those little dune buggy things. And he'd be like, yo, hey, Mish, let me borrow that Gerber. Yeah. Martina's there and her camera's working. I mean, let me borrow that Gerber. I'd be like, let me borrow what Gerber? You need a Gerber? Like a Gerber, like to cut something open? He'll be like, nah, I got to drive down a PX. I'd be like, oh, the Gator. Okay. Flipping the keys. Be like, there you go, brother. Go get your shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our third guest of the evening, making her debut in the BKFC, long-awaited debut. We've been hearing about her for a long time, and we've been excited about her. Martyna Krol, here we go. What's going on?
Boom.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
We are good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Now, you're in Atlanta? You live in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, originally from Poland, correct?
Absolutely.
When you were in Poland, I saw that you used to work as a morning jockey. What did you do? You rode horses for races and stuff?
I used to train them, like ride them in the mornings for to prepare them for races, and I also used to actually race them. Like I used to be a jockey.
That's awesome.
Aren't you too tall to be a jockey?
It's about the weight, and I was really young, so I was very skinny.
Yeah, here we always look at the Kentucky Derby and stuff, and they're all like 4'9", little tiny guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a cool job, man. So you are coming from the Muay Thai world. How many fights in Muay Thai do you have? I was trying to find your record. Do you have over 30? How many?
37.
37. And what brought you into what drew you to the bare knuckle world?
Well, actually, I used to be friends with Sheena Star, and we actually talked, and she actually introduced me to Nate Shook. So we started talking, and that's how we kind of like, you know, because like it's very hard here in America to have any Muay Thai fights because the Muay Thai world is so small. So I was just like kind of trying to look for opportunities to just fight because that's my passion, and just like whatever angle I can hit, I want to do it.
And in the BKFC, are you going to be fighting 125?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because the reason why I asked, I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos on you, and like you had some at 135, you had some at 125, you had some at 130, you had them all over the place, and I wasn't sure if they're going to give you somebody at 135 or 125. So January 29th, are we allowed to know who you're fighting?
Yes, I'm fighting Jocelyn Jones at 125.
Okay, Jocelyn Jones, a UFC veteran, MMA veteran. You must be excited about that. What do you know about Jocelyn?
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a tough fight. I mean, I'm ready for it. I have been ready for it for over 2 years, so I'm mentally prepared, physically prepared. I have an awesome coach, and we're a strong team, and we're ready for this. So I'm sure she's gonna be a tough opponent, and I'm not gonna be any less. So.
I mean, your trainer is no slouch, right?
Yeah.
You got a pretty good trainer for bare knuckle. Who is it?
Joe Elmore.
Joe Elmore. Joe Elmore. Can I tell you something funny, Martyna? Me and Mike are both full-time in the military, and I'm in a conference call today with a bunch of people from the entire East Coast region. And now there's officers and NCOs from all over the East Coast on there. And I'm looking at the screen. There's a screen, and it shows all the people that have called in. And there's a CW3, a Chief Warrant Officer 3, Joseph Elmore on the phone. And I'm looking at that name, and I'm like, this fucking guy better be a savage. He better be a goddamn savage, man, because with a name like that, you better be.
I wanted him to tell him, like, hey, there's a fighter, with the name Joe Elmore, and he's a beast. You need to watch him. He'll be on the show tomorrow. Joe Elmore will be on the show tomorrow, and he's a beast. The guy's awesome. He's entertaining. He's an awesome guy. So,
let's talk a little bit about that. How did you hook up with Joe Elmore?
Well, I was supposed to fight Jamie Driver 2 times in a row, actually, for the past, I don't know, like not last BKFC event, the one before that, and then a while back as well. 2 times she backed out for personal reasons, but like during that time, Kevin Smith, who is my manager, we were kind of trying to find me someone good near where I live, to train with for bare knuckle especially. And yeah, of course, Joe is from Atlanta, so we hit him up, and we're a very good team. So I'm very glad we actually got him up, and him and his wife are amazing. And it's just great to be a part of their team.
Now, I know that when we had Joe on last time, we talked to him about his sponsor, like his wife hustles for his ass, right? Like you just brought her up. She don't stop for that guy, and he's a fucking awesome dude. How did you end up in Atlanta? Like, did your family move? Like, how old were you when you came from Poland, and how did you end up in Atlanta?
Well, I never really came here from Poland. Like, I traveled all over the world. Like, like I said, I used to be a jockey, so I was traveling all over Europe all the time and living there. And then I moved to Cuba for a year to study Spanish. Then from there, I went to South Korea for a year, then to Thailand for 2 years. That's where I actually started fighting professionally. And then I moved from Thailand to Australia. And from Australia, my manager called me up if I wanted to fight Tiffany Consus for Lion Fight 23 for the world title. So they flew me over to California. And so that's how I kind of got here, and how I ended up in Atlanta. Well, I actually met my husband in Vegas. Unfortunately, we were separated, but that's a different topic. So, yeah. But yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Now, I know that Kevin Smith is your manager, and I can tell you that I did not know Kevin Smith was your manager. I booked this show with you, and then Kevin hit me up and was like, "Hey, how did you get Martyna?" Without talking to me, and I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, Stu Nod. What are you, a Stu
Stu,
Nod? You didn't even
he
ask.
told me, he's like, "You fucking Stu Nod, what'd you do?" And so how'd you, you know, Kevin Smith is the man. I happen to know that Kevin said that they have been trying to get you a fight for a very, 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 very long time.
Very long time, like even out of my weight class completely, because I don't fight at 135 usually. Only I took the 135 or 145 is because there's nothing else.
Why do you think no one will fight you?
Because I think that they look at like the Muay Thai stats, and I'm also pretty tall for my weight class.
No, you're very tall. That was one of the things that, like, when I was jotting notes as I was watching all your fights, you're very tall, or you seem very tall. I don't know, like you fight tall. Or how tall are you?
I'm just very lanky. Like I'm long. Like
Yeah.
overall, like.
What is your height? 5'7", 5'8"?
I'm 5'8", but
5'8".
I have really long things.
Yeah, you fight long, but you also have really fast hands, and you have great footwork. Your hand speed, you're very your hand speed's really fast. I would imagine that having so much Muay Thai experience, like bare knuckle, you must be drooling over that shit to be able to clinch and fight in the clinch.
I mean, obviously, like it's a very new sport for me. Like I kind of know what to expect and stuff because, like, I've had a lot of fights in Muay Thai. I've been like elbowed, kneed, and stuff. So, like, yeah, I definitely am tough and I can push through it. And I know the fighter I am, and I'm nothing like I was 5 years ago. Like I'm a completely different fighter, and I'm ready for this. But no, of course, I'm excited. I'm excited and nervous, but it's most of the excitement and the anticipation. Since years I was waiting to do this, so it's gonna be fun. I just want to have fun and just go out there and show my skills. That's it.
Yeah, Howie in the comments says, so when is Martyna fighting? She just told us, Howie, she is fighting January 29th against Jocelyn Jones Liebarger, who will be on the show tomorrow night. She's going to be on this show tomorrow night. So Martyna, if you want to tune in, you can hear what she's got to say.
You could jump in the comments and
yeah, you can jump in the comments and talk shit like everyone else does. It's great. My sister. So now I come from Polish and Russian blood.
Oh.
Yeah. So my sister says, how do you pronounce pierogies? Would you say pierogi or padogi? How would you say?
I said pierogi.
Padogi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how my family said it too. But as I've grown older and I'm around people that don't say it like that, they read it off the box. I've been saying pierogi.
Yeah, you start to use it like they do to make it easier for them.
Pierogi, yeah, pierogi. Yes, that is great. My mom makes them. It's like to make homemade pierogis is like it's a big job, right? It's like a lot of work in the kitchen. So
I mean, I remember it is a kind of a lot of work, but I don't know. Honestly, I've never made them myself, so I don't really know.
I ate them tonight for dinner, by the way, with
with
kielbasa. Yes, I did. I had them with kielbasa, fried onions, applesauce, and sour cream.
At a baseball game in Pennsylvania, I went to like a AAA baseball game, and it was sponsored by that Mrs. T's or whatever. What is it? Mrs. T's pierogies. You know, the frozen ones you always see. So they have them, and there's like people dressed up in pierogi like costumes, and they have to race along the outside of the baseball track and shit. But anyways, they sell them at the baseball stadium. So I was like, oh, I'm actually starving, so I'm gonna go get some because we were drinking and shit. So I go and they actually had them in buffalo sauce and barbecue sauce, and the barbecue sauce ones were covered in, I think it was just like cheese and potato covered in barbecue sauce with pulled pork on top of them. and they were absolutely insane. Like, they were so damn good. I was like, holy shit.
Mike, that's just Americanizing the shit, though.
I'll tell you what.
I was about to say like that.
I'll eat them anyway.
Hey,
I've eaten them regular.
Butter. Dude, eat it with a little butter, some fried onions, and some fucking
kielbasa
like and sauerkraut, and you're good.
No, I'm all set with that shit.
Oh, you fucking loser.
No,
tell him he's a loser, Martyna.
I can't eat that sauerkraut. No way.
Hey, on this show.
Yeah, that's some nice stuff. Too much going on. Simple as that.
No. That's awesome. Now tell me about training with Joe Elmore. Joe Elmore, we know he's a savage in the ring. How is he as a coach? Is he as relentless as a coach as he is a competitor in the ring?
No, he has the perfect connection to me. He knows exactly how to connect with me, especially like I'm sure like a lot of like like us females, especially like fighting, it's like very much different than males. Like we're way more emotional, and he has to deal with me a lot, like like a lot of stuff. But I'm really grateful for him because he's been so great, and like him and his wife have been like there for me all the time. Like I cannot complain about anything. Like Joe is the man, that's for sure.
Does he crack you
and
up?
He's such a good trainer. He's been teaching me everything. Like I'm really happy.
That's great. Does he keep you laughing? Because I know that dude is a hilarious guy with his cholo. He has that cholo self-defense.
Oh, yeah. He keeps me laughing for sure, but sometimes he pisses me off.
as most men will do with the women in their lives, of course.
Or like all men. Not most.
Yeah.
I see
right.
Hey, I see your skateboard there on the right, next to you. Your left, my right.
It's a longboard.
You do that? You skateboard?
A little bit. I like to do it for fun because it's like kind of like helps me like free my mind, like go out and just like I'm not great at it. I just started like not too long ago, but yeah, it's just something I like to do. Nothing intense.
Well, I could tell you right now, we are very excited to finally get you on the show, finally get to hear that you're going to be fighting in the BKFC. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see you live, but we'll be watching and we'll be excited. We're going to do a 5-question little speed round with you. I don't know if you saw the rest of the show, but these are fun questions.
No, I have not.
All right. Well, it's a little speed round. Your manager might not like this, but whatever. Kevin, you can talk to me later. Number 1, here we go. Who's an athlete you've always looked up to? You got one?
I mean, not really. Like just a few, honestly. Like when I was younger, just like people I wanted to like fight, and I actually fought them. So those are people who are. One person definitely like Tiffany Van Soest because she is an amazing athlete and she just well-rounded, and her footwork is just amazing. That was my hardest fight in my life ever against her. Yeah. So she's definitely someone I looked up to.
Okay.
That's cool.
Number 2.
What is your favorite thing to do in Poland?
In Poland? Oh my God. That was like you asked me questions from when I was a kid. I haven't been there forever.
What did you love to do when you were there? That isn't here in America, like somewhere you like to go or something you do that you just don't do anymore.
Oh, what do you call it? When I was a little kid, I liked the sled, like going down the sled on the snow, like the hills and stuff.
You haven't done that in America?
No, obviously not. And also, like Georgia. Something that we used to do there during the winter was like there would be like a car pulling like a bunch of like sleighs on the snow. Yeah, it was fun.
That sounds fun.
You got to come up north to where we are, and then we'll leave. You can come up here.
No thanks,
because
I hate the cold. I'm good.
All right, number 3. Since you live in Atlanta and you cannot say Joe Elmore, who is your favorite Atlanta rapper?
Oh shit. Oh my God, you put me on the spot here. It's supposed to be a quick question. I guess like who's from Atlanta? What's some rappers from Atlanta?
I mean,
I don't know exactly. I can tell you I like the Baby, but I don't know if he's from Atlanta.
I don't know if he is. I can tell you that
he is
Outkast, T.I.
oh yeah, 2 Chainz too, right?
2 Chainz, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I like the chains.
Ludacris. Yeah, Ludacris. Ludacris is
He's back in the day.
come on. Outkast is the best ever, and they're from back in the day. Number 4. Here we
I
go.
don't even know them.
What? Hold
Okay.
up. Before we go,
Never mind.
hold
Let's
on.
get forward.
Before we go to number 4,
No.
Martyna, next time you talk to Joe Elmore, you ask him who Outkast is, and have him explain that to you.
Tomorrow that will be.
Yes. Say, who is Outkast? And then he's going to go off on a tangent about that shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh
They're
my
like,
God.
they're
Then I
like
have to get this.
Number 4.
What is something that really pisses you off?
Oh my God. I just like when people are not straightforward.
You don't like when people are not straightforward?
Yeah, when they're
No,
beating
when,
around
like,
the bush.
people are not straightforward. Like when they like beat around the bush, it really pisses me off. Come on.
I'm right there with
Tell
you. I
me
don't
what's
like that
going
shit.
on.
Like, get to the
Yeah.
fucking point, would you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like your answer. And number 5, last but not least, if you could receive any gift for Christmas this year, what would it be?
I guess the sweatsuit since I'm cutting weight.
There you go. You hear that, Joe?
I love it, man.
A
I love it.
sweatsuit.
A sweatsuit. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you very much for coming on tonight. You give a shout out to some people. Thank whoever you want, and we'll let you get going. And we look forward to seeing you fight.
Awesome. I'm well, obviously, hi Joe, Elmore, and like Maggie. And I wanted to say hi to my sister. She's coming here for my fight, so I'm very excited. I haven't seen her in a very long time. So shout out to my family and my friends and coworkers and my teammates, Team Octopus and Nakado Japanese Restaurant. Okay, thank you so much.
No, thank you. And we have some people in the comment section says you better listen to Outkast before you talk to Elmore.
Oh shit! Hopefully it's nothing bad.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
before
listen to it. I'll listen to it tonight.
Yeah. You never heard "Sorry, Miss Jackson"? Ooh, I am
Dun, 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 dun. Hell yeah!
Never
I know that
meant to
song.
make your daughter
Okay,
cry.
that's good.
with so fresh and so clean.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that's
so fresh and
Outkast.
so yeah.
Bombs Over Baghdad. I'm telling you, they have so many good songs, and they got multiple good albums. But their best albums are the first 2, Southern Playalistic, Cadillac Music, and AT Aliens. That's the ones to listen to. You have homework to do tonight, Martyna. Listen to those albums, and thank you so much for coming on. And we look forward to your fight January 29th.
All right, thank you so much for having me. Have a good night.
All right,
Take
see you
care.
later. All right, there she goes, Mike.
There she goes. Is that from Outkast?
There she goes again. I don't think so, dude.
Oh, my
She
bad.
said padoggies. That's how Polish people
Pedoggies.
say it. They don't say pierogies.
Yeah.
Like you fucking stunad got the
Stupid
fucking
idiots.
Metagons, Mike. That's who says that shit. The Metagons.
Oh, I got to remember exactly. I can't tell the story because I don't remember exactly. It's actually my brother's story, but we have a friend that's Italian. Their family, all their names are Italian, like, Mario, Elisabetta, Lorenzo, Donato, like Carmela is the mom's name. Think about that, Carmela. And she is the best, man. She would say the funniest shit. But her son would always he's like, no, you're supposed to say chicken parmigiana, or ricotta, ricotta. And he said a word one day, and he's like, "You're supposed to say it like this." And my brother was like, "Dude, that's French. Like you don't say it like that." I can't remember what word it was, but it was so funny. Like he's trying to put like the Italian accent on everything. Oh, dude, they were the best. I remember one time she got mad, right? She got mad at us for doing something, and she was like, "Oh, you think it's funny? I will fuck you." And we were like 16. Yeah, I was 16 years old. I probably laughed for way too long about it, but she said she was gonna fuck us, and I thought that was the best because she really wanted to say I'm gonna fuck you up, but she didn't really speak that well English that well. So she said she said it right to Donato. She's like, "You think this is funny? I will fuck you." And And I was like, oh, damn, that is a threat.
Hey, I'm gonna jump in here. You're guys gonna see two Kyles real quick.
Two
just for a
Kyles. Why are
second.
you doing this two Kyle thing again? What is this all about?
Because
It's like
two,
being invaded by fucking aliens.
nah, because two Kyles is cool, man. It's cool.
What you trying to do
I
on the live
was
show?
trying to do something, but I was trying to bring on I'm trying to bring something up, but I can't do it off of my tablet.
You can't send it
Anyways,
to
man,
me right
hey,
now
tomorrow
on the
night.
messenger?
Tomorrow, okay, maybe. Yeah. I was gonna bring up a thing from tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you can send it to me if you want.
Yeah. Calm the fuck down, would you? All right, yeah, we got a big show tomorrow night. We just talked to Martyna Krol. She told us who her opponent was. I don't know if I'm not sure she was supposed to do that. We never know with these BKFC fighters, man. I don't know if they're
Oh,
breaking
yeah,
some.
you never know, you know. Hey.
But she said she's fighting Jocelyn Jones, UFC veteran, Invicta veteran. She was the RFA fucking champion. Jocelyn's cool. She's coming on tomorrow. There she is. But look at that. We got our coach, Joe Elmore, coming on tomorrow night. We got Lionheart, Caleb Harris coming on tomorrow night, who will be main eventing that January 29th card against Let Me Bang, bro. Julian Lane. As long as that fight stays put. How do you think that fight stays put, Mike?
Okay.
And then we got Jocelyn Jones,
I do
Rybarger
think
coming
the
on
fight-
after.
I think the fight stays put because they've already got the freaking ads out. They're talking about it. I mean, we do have 15. I mean, it is 15 days left in this. Well, actually 16 days left this month. It is at the end of next month, but I do think they have all the ads out for it. Why would they pull it now? I think it would be a little bit weird. Honestly, I'd rather that happen. I'd rather they pull it because I do not understand why they have that fight.
With Julian?
With Julian, he just lost. So on top, why not have Rickles fight somebody, not Harris and not Brito? We want to see Brito fight Harris again. Rematch.
That's what I'm saying. No.
For the title.
If they wanted to pull
let's
Julian,
get that done.
Yeah, pull Julian from that. Let him fight Mike Perry at Knucklemania 2.
Yeah.
And just throw Brito in there and make it for the title. Don't even make it a tournament. Make it for the title. It's two of the top guys in there.
Yeah.
And if you do want to keep that title, I guess you got Joe Elmore out there. You got Jason High out there. You got fucking a few other guys.
I know Smash just fought.
You got Smash at 155,
up on the title, but he can fight at 165. So Sharks
Adam says Elmore and Brito for the belt. Now, I don't disagree with that either. I actually think that would be
a good fight.
That would be probably more the one. I don't. Does Elmore make more sense to Caleb Harris at this point?
I don't believe so for current fights. No. Because his last fight is a loss. That's really it. And yes, it was what? Was it a split decision? And it was against Leonard Garcia, and he was injured.
Yeah, it was against Garcia.
So, there is a lot of caveats.
No,
to that.
I don't think it was a split. Wasn't it? It was a unanimous decision for.
It was unanimous
for Leonard. Yeah. I think Caleb. I don't know, man. I'm gonna disagree with Sharks Adam. I would say that go ahead and make that fight January 29th main event. Brito and Harris, and then let Elmore fight the winner of that. Elmore's been out for a while. He's had a fucked up hand. He's making his comeback. Let him get the winner of that one. Julian Lane is obviously eyeballing something with the stunt that he pulled in the Tampa Fight Night.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to really get into that one because I watched that video 150 fucking times, people, and I analyzed that shit, and I got some fucking theories on that one. I don't know.
Well, to go back to the Elmore fights Brito, I do think that is what's going to happen, though, because if it's a tournament and they've got Harris and
The
Lane
other
on one
side of
side,
you
the
think
other
the other
side
side's
has
gonna-
to be Brito and Elmore. It cannot be anybody else. It just can't. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to happen, but it's not going to be for the title. The next fights are going to be for the title. You know, so the next fight is going to be for the title. So that is probably going to happen. You know.
Yeah, it's crazy that division. Hey, speaking of 165, what did you think about Eagle FC getting announced and Khabib coming out and saying that all the fighters that can't, that don't want to fight 150 or 155 and 170 come over to Eagle FC. He says Dustin Poirier come fight 165 for Eagle FC. Did you see all that shit, Mike?
I did not see him say that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Kevin Lee signed with Eagle FC. I believe Junior Dos Santos signed with Eagle FC. Khabib is making a little bit of a fucking move here.
Yeah,
I wonder
in
what
Miami?
I wonder what like Dana White has to say about all that. Because
Right.
I can honestly tell you that I do not think, dude, fucking they signed Kevin Lee and like Kevin Lee came out and said, I am the best 165 pounder on the planet. I'm going to win the belt and I'm going to be the first ever 165 pound MMA champion. Is he the best 165 pound MMA fighter in the world? I don't know about that. Kevin Lee? Come on now.
No.
I like Kevin Lee, but
Yeah,
man, get
Kevin
out of
Lee
here.
has been not doing that great lately.
It makes you wonder, like I wish you could like look up who's on their lap. I mean, I'm sure there is. I'm just not smart enough. Who's got one fight left in the UFC? Who is a free agent? Who this and that?
Kevin Lee is 2-5 in his last fights.
7.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know how I got into that. We're talking about the 165 bare knuckle. What's your theory, Kyle? Susan's asking. Now they're talking Kevin Lee Diego. Joe Ivy.
Diego Sanchez.
You're talking Kevin Lee Diego in Eagle FC? Is that what she's talking?
It must be.
Must be, right?
Has to be.
Ugh, God damn.
Well,
I don't know, man.
I guess we will see.
I guess
I'm
we
looking
will
forward
see.
to it.
Yeah, she says yes. That's what she's talking. They're talking Diego Sanchez, Kevin Lee for 165 title, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. I love Diego. I don't particularly love Kevin Lee. I think he's fine. He's a good fighter, but Diego Sanchez.
I don't think that's a good matchup. So, but anyway,
that's a dumb. I don't know. I don't know about that. But either way, hey, thank you very much for Josh Sikes. Thank you to David Diaz. Thank you to Martyna Krol. All three of you guys were awesome interviews tonight. We look forward to seeing you all back in the ring. David and Martyna sooner than Josh, obviously. He's got to let them hands heal up. Evan Zantar, what's going on, homie? Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night starting at 9 p.m. We're going to start off with Caleb Harris at 9. Follow him with Joe Elmore at 9:30 and Jocelyn Jones-Leibarger at 10 o'clock. And until then, Mike, what do you say?
I say
peace.
Peace.
To your bum crease.